Hello my darlings and welcome back to another video. This is going to be my weight loss Q&A video. Ever since I have opened up and talked about me losing 30 pounds in 3 months and sharing it on social media and just being very open about it with friends, colleagues and family, I have been getting a lot of questions and I thought, why don't I collect them all, put them in a video, so whoever stumbles across me who is needing some help and advice, this video is here for them. And ultimately that is what I want to do. I want to help someone who's in a very similar position to maybe what I was, who just needs maybe a bit of hope. If you like the sound of that video, then subscribe to this YouTube channel and give this video a thumbs up. I'm gonna just do a quick recap of my situation if maybe you've just stumbled across me and you don't know who I am. My name is MonaLisa and I'm a London-based content creator. I love creating beauty, fashion, lifestyle, travel videos, and recently I've just opened up about my weight loss. If you haven't already seen that video, then definitely go back. It's a couple videos down and I share the whole background story of it and what I did to change it. I know when I started my health journey, I loved watching other people's Q&A videos because I just had so many questions. I've got my notebook here, which is like full of notes. Someone asked me what was my heaviest weight, and I'm gonna go right in there and say, I know in my previous video I gave one number, but I definitely think I was heavier than that. So basically I never weighed myself my whole entire life. I never thought I had a weight problem. I knew I was heavier because of how my clothes fitted versus when I started, like I knew I was bigger than that. So I'm gonna say unofficially I was 190 pounds, but when I started and when I actually weighed myself, what I saw on the scales was 185 pounds. And I'm doing it in pounds because when I was starting this journey, I was watching lots of other like YouTubers and a lot of them were in the States and they do pounds. Not many people do stones. So I'm based in the UK and we deal in stones. So that would have been, I think I was like 13 stone something. Long story short, unofficially 190, officially when what I saw and what I recorded down in my journal, I was 185. And then another question I always get asked, and I did kind of address it in my video, was when did I decide to lose the weight? So I've got it in my journal that I started, one second, so this is my journal, and I was obviously thinking about it, but when I really took it seriously, and I literally have it as a title in my journal. Guys, first of all, I totally recommend if you're going on any sort of health journey, weight loss journey, mental like health journey, keep a journal. It's so good to look back on and have actual records of it. So I started my journey on the 10th of April 2024 and my title is My Weight Loss Journey Begins, exclamation mark, and I've got it underlined squiggly in pink if you want to know. And I actually do have my weight here in stones, so it's 13.214 stones, 185 pounds. I wrote down weight loss journey, but I think really I should have put health journey. Back then I just didn't really know the term sort of weight loss journey. I think I just put weight loss, but I wasn't really wanting to lose weight. I just knew I wanted to keep records of like my feelings and food that maybe didn't agree with me, my sleep patterns, and I just wrote weight loss, but really it's health journey. That is when I officially started, guys. 10th of April 2024. We are now, I'm filming this video the 23rd of August 2024, and my life has changed for the better and I feel so much better for it. And I remember watching videos in the past and people like, you thank yourself now if you start today, and I just thought, oh, that is so cliche, like they don't know how hard it is, like, but it's so true. You will thank your past self for starting, and I'm so thankful I started and I'm on this journey because it's August and I know I've still got a chunk of my journey to go, but I'm so happy I started. A question I got, and I'm like, I don't know if I should address this or not, but someone asked me, how much do I spend on groceries and where do I shop? I don't really keep records of grocery shopping. I know that's really bad, but when me and my boyfriend go food shopping, we do spend probably around, we spend over £100 on grocery food shopping for 2 people. I know that is a lot of money. Inflation though is through the roof. I live in London, one of the most expensive cities in the world, and food shopping is not cheap. Definitely if you want to be healthier, it comes at a premium. It's much cheaper to be unhealthy than it is to be healthy. I'm going to be super honest. Our food shops are very much like protein, vegetables, whole foods. We are trying to be so mindful. If a little sweet treat, we do go for dark chocolate, we go for Greek yogurt, which I know is very expensive, fruit as well, blueberries, raspberries, they're not cheap. We are saving money because we don't go out to eat that often. So really, when you think about it, let's say on average it's £120 a week. That's for 2 people, and I'm gonna my boyfriend probably won't like me saying this, but he eats for 2 because he's a 6'1" guy, he works out, he has a very big appetite, and that pretty much lasts us lunch, dinner, snacks. We both kind of don't eat breakfast. I don't know if that's good or bad. I just know that yes, when you say it out loud, it is very expensive, but that's the price we are willing to pay to eat well. And obviously we live in London, so that's how much we spend. And where do we shop? So we primarily shop at M&S, and I don't know why I say that hesitantly. We like to have good quality food, and I know M&S is probably on the higher end of the supermarket spectrum, but it's close to where we live. We save money on costs because we don't travel to go and do our food shop. We also don't buy branded, what is the word? Like snacks or anything like that. A lot of our food is whole food. It's fruit, vegetables, chicken, protein, and it just works out to be the same as if you went anywhere else. We don't buy crisps, we don't buy branded snacks, confectionery or anything like that. So actually I don't think it costs as much. I could be naive. Please let me know in the comments below if you think no, M&S is like the most expensive for fruit, veg and stuff. And we do try and support local and small businesses when we can, but we just like M&S. We've got into our routine now of this is where we go on a Monday, we buy our food shop for the week and we're happy with it. Now on this health journey, routine for me is it's helped me so much, and I never understood it when people said that they like to eat the same thing and they like to meal prep, because I'm like, ugh, like I love to have variety. I love to try different food. No. Oh my god, how I've changed. How I love my fruit, my veggies. I love a good salad with prawns. I love my chicken in the evening with grilled vegetables. Like, that's what I love and that's what I enjoy, and that's pretty much what I have every day. Super boring, but that routine in my life has really helped me stay focused on this journey. Hopefully that answers some people's questions, or whoever follows me on Instagram. So if someone asks me on Instagram, and they hopefully if they watch this, then there you go. And if any of you guys are interested, there you go. That's where I shop and how much I spend on groceries. This is something I get all the time, right? How did you cut back on sugar? Even my sisters, my family all ask me this. How did I cut back on sugar? Did I go cold turkey or was it gradual? I knew before this even started I needed to cut back on sugar, purely from all my dentist visits and all my cavities and fillings. Every time I went to go and visit the dentist or hygienist, they said, you need to cut back on sugar. I knew it's a big problem for me. It's been a huge problem for me my entire life. I've always had a sweet tooth, and I was slowly making steps to work towards that. So I went from not having any refined sugar to more like honey in my teas and my coffees. I now don't have any honey in my diet or sugar, like refined, like the granule. When I say refined, I mean like the white granule sugar. So I went from the white to the brown, and then I moved over to thinking pure honey, like agave honey, manuka honey, and like French honey from like a local producer in the south of France. Very bougie, I know. It was still all bad for me. I stopped that gradually. So I went from like having in my tea 2 sugars, and I just slowly started pulling it back. Fizzy sweets, again, I just slowly started withdrawing it from my diet. Chocolate was a big one for me, and biscuits, cookies was another huge one for me that I really did struggle with. But I just found healthy alternatives, and I'll just have it stocked in my cupboard. The more you take it out of your diet, the more tolerance you have to sugar. So then when you do have something a little bit sweet, it's so sweet and it fulfills me. In terms of like sodas, fizzy drinks, sweet drinks like squash, like the syrups that you put in your coffee and stuff like that, I always found those super sweet for me anyway. So I've never been a soda drinker like Coke or anything like that. So that was quite easy to cut out of my diet. And the syrups and stuff, I just kind of stopped. And I just gradually stopped. Kind of find myself in situations where it was almost forced upon me. If I was traveling or I went somewhere and they didn't have sugar or honey, it forced me not to have it, so that really helped. I think the 2 things that kind of really helped, but when I did have those slip-ups, wanting something sweet and sugary, I had alternatives in the house. I had blueberries, raspberries, pure Greek yogurt with vanilla, which kind of substituted my ice cream craving. Smoothies were really good, making them myself, never bought, so I knew exactly what was in them. Dark chocolate was great. And then alcohol, I will still treat myself now to a glass of wine here or there, but cocktails I'm very hesitant to have. If I'm in a situation where someone's bought cocktails for the table, or if I'm with someone and they're like, hey, should we get an Aperol Spritz, I will have it and not feel guilty about it, but I just don't make it a habit with my everyday life. Because of what I do, I go to loads of work events, there's always cocktails on the table, and I just make a conscious effort to be like, no, I'll just have water. Mind and willpower plays a key role in cutting sugar out. It's an addiction. Most people are addicted to it. I know I had a huge addiction to it, and you've just got to really fight your demons and just know what your goal is, and having healthy alternatives in front of you so you don't slip up. Someone said, what is my workout routine? At the moment now, guys, I don't have one. I do want to get one, especially coming up to autumn winter, where I know I'm not going to be outdoors a lot, but I love walking. I love hitting 10k steps a day. Going on a holiday, I love exploring, travel. I'm on my feet all the time. I love exploring new cities. Recently I went on a cruise with a friend. When we embarked on the day trip in beautiful cities in the south of France and Ibiza and Spain, we just walked. We did like 20,000 steps a day, guys. You don't even feel it. And that's one of the benefits of walking and having the weather on your side. We don't always have that in the UK. And I know that I need a routine. I'm making full use of the summer at the moment and walking as much as I can. And one tip I kind of have is, if I know I need to do something or go somewhere, I will always try and make a habit of walking there. Okay, this might sound silly, but with parcels, I will purposely divert it to a store, and it's a store that is maybe like a 20-minute walk away. I will purposely divert it to there, so it gets me out the house, so I have to walk to go and pick it up, because I love walking with a purpose. So it's either going to a destination, picking up a parcel, food shop, going to my favorite store, or I don't know, shopping at H&M or Zara. I'll see if I can walk there. Hiking is great because you're out in nature. You are walking with a purpose because you have an end in mind, if that makes sense. Like, yes, you're enjoying the journey, but you know, like, there's a countdown and you have a goal of reaching a certain point, and that really helps. So that's what I do. So if you need a tip, maybe just start off small and go walking, go picking up your mail, go picking up your favorite beauty item instead of getting it delivered, all these little things. So I do need to start because winter is coming, and if you live in the UK, you know it's cold, wet and windy, and I will talk about that once I reach it, because guys, this is a journey. Someone then asked, when did I start seeing results? I started seeing results to be honest, I didn't see it because I never saw myself as obese. I only started seeing it when people started pointing out to me, oh my gosh, there's something different about you. Have you lost weight? And I was like, well, kinda. Like, I'm not drinking alcohol and cutting out sugar and wearing clothes that would normally be too tight and now loose. That's when I started seeing results, and I would say June, so maybe 8 weeks. Now that I'm starting to make these videos and I'm looking back on old pictures, whoa, I'm like, now I feel like I really start seeing results, and I'm in August. How many weeks is that? 15 weeks? Let me check my diary because I write every week. Yeah, I'm entering my 15 weeks, and now I'm really starting to see results, and this is why I really want to share what I've learned along the way, because I'm noticing it now. So someone asked me, do you have a goal weight? If so, can you share? So I do have a goal weight in mind, but I'm not going to share it. If I ever reach that goal weight, then maybe I will share it. I'm not there yet, guys. I'm still in the overweight category. My goal is to get out of that. If you guys want to do the maths, you can. Go back to my other videos, you'll know my height and my weight, so you can work it out. I have a goal. I have shared it with a few individuals, and some people have said, yes, that's great. That's exactly where you need to be. And some people have said, no, I can't see you that weight. I think I just want to be healthy ultimately. If I don't reach it, it doesn't matter. And that's why I don't want to share it, because I don't want to feel the pressure of I'm having to reach it. If I do, great. If I stay like this, but I'm healthy and I've gone to see my doctor and he's happy with my progress, and if I'm not experiencing any gallstones, that's good enough for me. I'll be happy. That's all I want. TBC. It's a journey, guys, so who knows. Okay, someone asked me, and this was actually face to face. I was on a photo shoot recently, and someone asked me, do I weigh myself every day? Short answer is yes, I do. I'm not a slave to the scales. I use it as a tool. I use it as a tool to guide me, help me, because for so long, I never weighed myself. People would ask me, so how much do you weigh? I could never give them an answer because I just never weighed myself. It was something I never wanted to get into. I grew up in diet culture when it was at its most toxic. I just never wanted to get into that trap. So to avoid that trap, I never fed into it. Now I'm getting older. I know it's a tool to help me reach my health goals. So I weigh myself every day. I write it in my little journal, and sometimes I don't because I'm on holiday or I'm at work, like if I have to get up super early. I do weigh myself every morning after my poop and shower. That's probably TMI. I'm just being really honest. That's when I weigh myself. And if I can't, it doesn't matter. Because I do it, I see trends and I see patterns of like when I'm on my menstrual cycle, my ovulation cycle, I gain a few pounds. I think if it's something that triggers you, or if it's something that you're very sensitive to, don't do it. If you know, yes, I'm heavy, but you know, there is a trend of sometimes I go up and down, and that's life. It won't upset you as much. So I think I've left the best question till last, and hopefully this will leave you with some food for thought. Is your top advice for people wanting to start their health journey or weight loss journey? My top advice is having not a goal, because it needs to be deeper than that. I don't know how to put it into words. It's like your goal, your why, your purpose. Maybe your purpose is the right word. I know I have my purpose, and I know I have my innate reasoning of why I started this and what keeps me on my path. And unfortunately, it had to get to a really bad place for me to start. Some people, maybe they don't have a really bad situation for them to start. Maybe they just want to feel confident in their outfit. For me, it took a severely painful gallstone, the risk of having surgery, being pre-diabetic, that shook me into my purpose. If I slip or if I get back to where I was, it's not just being overweight, because I never saw myself as overweight. I was very comfortable in it, but it's those health implications for me. So just start. I know it's so easy to say, but just start and your future self will thank you for it, and just know that you deserve better. Just do it. It is a mental game, and I know it's not easy for everybody, but for me, once that that fear factor triggered something in my brain. I don't know what it was, and I was just like, right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna change my eating habits. All the other benefits like followed. Sleeping better, better skin, better periods, losing the weight, feeling better in my clothes, feeling better in my body. It all just fell into line. And honestly, that was the formula. Is like, if you don't have the mental capacity to do that switch, go back and watch my previous videos of my tips of what to do. For me, I'm not coming at this with weight loss, I'm coming at this with lifestyle health change. And that's the biggest force for me. It's not vanity for me, because I felt like I looked good before. This is purely health, and all these other benefits have happened because of it. But ultimately, you have to want to do it. If you don't want to do it, it's not going to happen. That's the end of this video. Those are all the questions that I collected. If you guys have any more questions, leave them down below. I'll start collecting them, and maybe we can do another part to this series, potentially a part 2, part 3. Like I said, I've still got a long way to go, and I'm still learning things as I'm going through this journey, but I'm using this as like a diary almost to myself. Everyone deserves to be happy and healthy. I hope you found this useful and you like this video. I know it's a different one for me, but if you did, please give it a thumbs up and I could create more, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for listening in, and I'll see you in my next video.